There's of course a challenge when it comes to the actual model of Spotify and the model of ING. Spotify sort of seems like a startup situation with a very clear product mission, and ING has a history of 150 years, 20 plus products, from complexity very simple to complexity very complex. Of course, you see the new roles and responsibilities already talked about. You see that bringing together multidisciplinary teams asks for a common language. And we saw Michael this morning, and he was actually already explaining that through customer journey modeling, you can actually create a common language to talk to business, but also to talk to IT. And I will touch upon that as well a little bit. And then there's the problem of saying to people, you're free. Go out, explore the world. You're responsible, you're the owner. You have a purpose now. And that takes some getting used to as well. People are not really running straight away. They actually will look around and sort of feel where they can actually move and see what others do and what is successful before they try to move themselves. So it's still, there's a lot of energy in ING right now, but you see that there's people running, there's people tripping, there's people falling, and then there's people getting back up and trying it all over again, which is actually what the purpose is. For the UX team, changes also took place. We were a traditional team, a department, a UX department in ING previously. We had a close bond. We were located in the same location, desks all facing each other, having a head of UX on top of that, having a trafficker, having a secretary, being all very comfortable within UX as a department. And now we're all over the place. And sometimes we don't see each other for weeks. And we have sort of chapter leads like me who travel around and sort of try to make connections and invite everybody to meetups and make sure that the team feels still sort of stays in place. But you find that there's a lot of need for comfort, for re-establishing your duty, like what should I do as a UXer? And you see that some projects and some teams are very agile and Scrum-based already, and others have trouble. So you see UXers that fit into place, that come into teams that are mature when it comes to agile, and you see UXers that have a team that is struggling to find its purpose, struggling to find the way of working together. And after the change, there's a single-purpose operational view. So what do you do with all your strategic ideas? What do you do? Where do you leave all your sort of big ideas? Where do you go? And as we currently work, we see that we are gathering, more or less gathering, all UXers from all squads within a tribe and putting them together again, sort of mini agencies all over ING. And that has a number of reasons. Most of them are quite practical. The fact that not every UXer is a designer, not every UXer is an interaction designer, not every UXer is a researcher. So we need different types of UX capability all over a tribe, and it's not like there's 100% of this or 100% need for that. It's usually a little bit mixed within these squads. And they tend to be sort of, still wondering, what is this UX or what can it do for me? So they try to look for opportunities, and you see that happening. And with the agency model, or the mini agency model as we now sort of have introduced it, you see that UXers themselves can allocate their time to different squads, can get a broader sense of what's happening within a tribe. So being in one squad only means there's one purpose. It's very operational. Actually being able to sort of step out of that and go across a number of squads actually allows you to be a little bit more tactical in your operations. And the role of chapter lead. In the past, there used to be one head of UX. Now there are about 3 chapter leads. We are responsible for the how, as was explained in the video earlier. And we need to develop both the people in the trade, but also organize to keep up the speed. And also organize to keep up the speed of innovation. And we need to innovate not only within squads, but across tribes for entire ING. And we have 15 tribes that we work for, so there's quite a span of control there that needs to be serviced. And then to the UX strategy part. Here it is actually the stated think forward, creating a differentiating customer experience is the all over ING strategy. So from a customer experience point of view, that's wonderful because we're in there. But how can we make the change actually happen? Because you already saw that people want to be part of the strategy. Now, we're actually right in there. The purpose of ING is empowering people to stay a step ahead in life and business. We can empower people through UX. And one of the key differentiators, the strategic priority, is creating a customer experience, creating a differentiating customer experience. But we want to be that train that actually runs like crazy. And we've come up with a sort of strategic approach for UX itself. So we've taken the empower people to stay a step ahead, and we've made that into a number of steps that sort of fits us. And the key things there are ownership. We need to own the design process end to end. Impact, we want to be available and working on the projects that are the most strategic, the most high profile, the most probably also taking an effect on the model of ING and the income of ING. You see, for instance, there's a challenge from the low interest rates right now. That means that there's a need to come up with new models to actually make a little bit of money out of the finances. That can be a design problem as well. So if there's a project that actually tackles this, come up with a new revenue stream for ING, we feel that that's a design problem that we can tackle from a UX point of view as well. We want to be data-driven, both at the beginning and at the end. Data-driven is not something new. We've heard it about that today as well. And of course, we want to be future-proof. But the data-driven part has a sort of other aspect to it as well. We need to be data-able, probably, because we have a lot of data in the bank, and we stand at the risk of losing all that data because we have to be, when PSD2, I don't know whether you're familiar with PSD2, but there's regulatory changes coming up for banks that actually make us give all historical data, all payment data away to other parties, to third parties, make them available for third parties. And we need to be able to do something with this data before others do. So we need to make sense of data. It's not so much about being data-driven at the research part or at the test part, but we need to be data-driven and data-able when it comes to all that data that we already have collected in the past. And now we need to make really good sense of it and give clients insights arrived from data or derived from data. So we are in a growth path. We're towards the embedded designer path on this growth scale for UX or for design teams. And we actually want to be there. We want to be at the strategic level. We want to make a difference when it comes to the big questions that are facing banks these days. We want to be present with the big challenges that faces banks these days. And we're going to do it in a number of ways. Taking ownership and making design leading is one of those aspects. So we developed towards a distributed agency model, already touched upon that. And that gives us a tactical overview on tribe level on all purposes of all squads. And we can build a knowledge hub towards with the agency model and also be architects of user experience within a tribe because of that. And there's a number of other aspects as well that really contribute to our strategic place where we can actually take ownership and make something happen within ING. Where can we make an impact? The Spotify model actually allows us a number of places where we can make a difference. We can make a difference across tribes, we can make a difference across squads within a tribe, and we can make a difference within a squad in the fulfilling of the purpose of a squad. You see that the last step, the operational step, is really growing in momentum. You see that the introduction of UX as a key competence within ING is really gaining popularity. People who work within multidisciplinary teams, who come up or get in touch with UX, actually want more of it. So we see a large demand growing within ING to actually deliver UX professionals to squads. So that's going all right. Then with the distributed agency model, we're also getting a bit of a grip on the tactical level of operations. So we're getting more across tribes or across squads. We can do our stuff and create customer journeys that touch upon more than one squad, but touch upon multiple squads. And then at a strategic level, we're sort of starting to put in service design principles and blueprinting. So we're sort of starting the initial stages of actually thinking on the highest level that we have across the tribes, thinking in large projects that touch upon multiple tribes as well.